pita bread is stuffed with tender yogurt marinated chicken, fresh tomatoes and onions, and tzatziki sauce to create a fabulous chicken gyro that is sure to become a favorite. Hi everyone, Kristen here. As someone who suffers from a chronic disease, I believe homemade is best, but it doesn't have to be complicated. Today I'm taking a break from my Instant Pot recipes to share with you one of my all-time favorites for when the temps warm up, chicken gyros, or chicken gyros. However you say it, there's no controversy on how delicious this recipe is. While traditionally gyros are made with lamb that's been cooked on a vertical rotisserie, we're gonna replace the lamb with Greek chicken and the results are spectacular. So let's get cooking. The first thing we're gonna do is prepare a marinade for our chicken. In a mixing bowl here, I have 1 cup of plain Greek yogurt. To that, I'm adding in 1/4 cup of fresh lemon juice, 1 teaspoon of dried oregano, 1 teaspoon of salt, and 1 tablespoon of minced garlic. We're gonna give that a good stir to combine. That yogurt and lemon juice are gonna work together to tenderize our chicken and make it melt in your mouth delicious. And then the oregano and the salt and the pepper are just gonna provide a nice base of flavor. In a larger bowl here, I'm placing 2 large chicken breasts. I'm using boneless, skinless chicken breasts today. You could certainly use boneless, skinless chicken thighs if you'd like. And then I'm gonna pour my marinade over the chicken. We're just gonna turn that just to coat the chicken in the marinade. And then we're gonna cover our chicken and pop it in the fridge for at least 30 minutes or up to 4 hours. Don't let your chicken marinate longer than 4 hours as the lemon juice will break down the chicken, and after 4 hours it would turn to like a mushy texture, which, ugh. Once our chicken has been marinated, you wanna brush a grill or a grill pan with a bit of olive oil, and then you wanna heat it to medium-high heat. Remove our chicken from the marinade, discard this marinade, do not try to use it again, and we're gonna let that grill for about 5 to 6 minutes per side. Once your chicken has reached 162 to 165 degrees Fahrenheit, you want to remove it from the grill or your grill pan and just let it sit on a cutting board for about 5 to 10 minutes. That'll give the chicken time to redistribute all its juices and keep it super, super juicy and tender. While the chicken's resting, we're gonna use that time to prep our diced tomatoes and onions, which is really gonna add so much flavor to our gyro. I am combining 3 to 4 Roma tomatoes here that I've seeded and finely chopped. You could use grape tomatoes, you could use vine-ripened tomatoes. Just be sure if you're using larger tomatoes, you go ahead and remove the seeds so we don't water down our topping. I also have 1 small red onion that's been finely minced, 1 teaspoon of fresh lemon juice to brighten up those flavors, a tablespoon of fresh minced parsley, and a pinch of salt. Give that a toss to combine and just set it aside while we chop up our chicken, which is rested now. I'm gonna slice my chicken into thin slices or bite-sized pieces, whatever you like. And for assembling our gyro, you want to use pita bread and you really wanna warm it up either in the microwave for about 30 seconds or on a dry skillet. That way it gets nice and pliable and it doesn't rip or fall apart when you're trying to eat your gyro. So I'm gonna toast that in a dry skillet here, just about 15 seconds per side. Now I'm gonna top each pita with some lettuce, followed by about 1/4 cup of the sliced chicken, some of the tomato and onion mixture, and then I'm dolloping generously with tzatziki sauce, which is like that cucumber Greek yogurt dill sauce, which is just magic. And I'm gonna go in for a bite. I took a really big bite. Excuse me, sorry for that. It's just truly one of my favorites. There we go. Sorry about that. You guys, it's one of my favorite recipes for a reason. The chicken is tender, but it's full of flavor. The tomatoes and onions are bright and fresh, and that tzatziki sauce is creamy, and I just love it. And it came together relatively quickly, minus the time we marinated our chicken. But you can speed it up if you want and use leftover shredded rotisserie chicken or my Instant Pot chicken breast that you shred. You can use that inside the pita and just make a really quick version of a gyro. and I'm gonna show you how to make my Instant Pot chicken breast coming up in my next video. Until then, happy cooking.